Hold the force, we've got leaked content for the upcoming Star Wars Tales of the Jedi series, including scenes of Ahsoka Tano After Order 66. As you can tell by the video title, we're going to be exploring one scene in closer detail, so ready yourselves as this series does look fantastic. Spoiler warning, we're discussing leaked content, so obviously we're crossing into spoiler territory. Keep that in mind as you watch this video, or turn away now. Greetings my young Padawans, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Star Wars Now. So, Tales of the Jedi. We better talk more about this in more detail. The series is due to air later this year in late 2022. So far we don't really know much about it. But before we jump into the video, use the force and hit that subscribe and like button to never miss a video from myself and the team here at Star Wars Now. As always, if you're talking about Star Wars, then of course we want to hear about it. Officially announced at Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022, Tales of the Jedi is a new animated anthology series by Dave Filoni and Charles Murray. It's all about exploring different Jedi characters from a prequel trilogy era of the Star Wars universe. It's currently set to premiere in late 2022, as I just mentioned, and so far the trailer has not released publicly. A teaser for the series was shown off to close audiences at the Star Wars Celebration event earlier this year, along with the first full episode screened. Lucky people. However, no details on when we, who could not attend, can actually expect the series to air on our screens. Currently, late 2022 is the only date we know of. But with Star Wars Andor and the Bad Batch likely taking the stage, it's going to be a busy time for the Star Wars fandom. Now, as is the nature of closed-off screenings, leaks tend to happen, who could have guessed, especially with public events. Somebody might want to tell Disney this. Bits of the trailer have found themselves online. However, Lucasfilm has quickly taken this down and issued DMCA strikes. As such, we can't show you footage on screen apart from a cheeky screenshot here and there. See what we did? Twitter user Ahsoka, whose name will be on screen now, has been discussing leaked information via her profile. Additionally, also uploading content to the Star Wars Leaks Reddit page. They revealed some key details about Tales of the Jedi and also what unknown characters such as Ahsoka Tano are getting up to in the series. Take note, these are not official details, but may be accurate coming from a leaked source. Okay, so we already have memories of Padme's funeral in Star Wars Episode 3. It was a heartbreaking moment for many, but now it appears Dave Filoni is dragging us back into the mix. According to the source, Tales of the Jedi will take Ahsoka Tano to Naboo to see the funeral for Padme. This takes place in Ahsoka's third episode in Tales of the Jedi. Keep in mind there are only 6 episodes in total, so Ahsoka's getting a big focus. Perhaps to add extra material to the character ahead of a live-action series coming sometime in the future. It certainly fleshes her out. Ahsoka arrives in Naboo, where she can be seen walking through the archways before arriving at a funeral march for Padme. Essentially what we see in Revenge of the Sith. Ahsoka is hiding in the crowd with a cloak over her head. She can reportedly be seen as visibly upset, and understandably so. Her and Padme are quite good friends throughout the Clone Wars, obviously Anakin being in love with Padme introduced his Padawan to Padme. Bit of a complicated one. Things get even more interesting when Ahsoka heads to the Royal Palace, where she'll come across Bail Organa. Yes, he's everywhere these days. He informs Ahsoka that coming to Naboo was an unwise decision, considering the circumstances of the Empire right now. According to the source, they'll walk through the palace via the bridge that overlooks where the funeral for Padme did just take place. Bail and Ahsoka discuss her next move, with Tano informing him she plans to settle down somewhere in the galaxy. This is where Bail gives her a communication device, informing her to call him should she need anything. At this point, 2 clone troopers of the Coruscant Guard arrive, forcing Ahsoka to hide away. Ahsoka's next journey takes her to the planet of Raada. This is where she leaves Naboo and Padme's funeral behind. We'll talk next about her adventure and mishaps on the planet of Raada, as it does link with Bail Organa. We have no footage to show you for Tales of the Jedi, and we can't show you the trailer due to Disney copywriting everything. On-screen footage will be reference footage from the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Keep that in mind. Ahsoka Tano arrives on the planet of Raada, where she takes up the name Vashla. She immediately feels like an outsider and goes to an empty house to set up home. According to the leaks, in the background you can see the character of Kaiden Lati. Some of you might know as these characters, as they are important to Ahsoka in the novel by the same name. As Ahsoka has mentioned, it does seem a part of the Ahsoka novel are retcon for the sake of Tales of the Jedi and Ahsoka's storyline. Keep that in mind, but it may not be accurate. Later, Kaiden is almost killed when a truck almost falls on his head. Luckily he is saved by Ahsoka, who uses the Force. We get this usual trope of Ahsoka telling Kaiden that they did not see what she did. Kaiden identifies as a Jedi, forcing Ahsoka to admit who she is, trying to devise an excuse and explanation for what's happened. Kaiden does agree to keep Ahsoka's secret of her Jedi identity, but also introduce her to their friends and they join the campfire. Fast forwarding the time a little bit, we do get some time jumps during the Tales of the Jedi cinematics, but Ahsoka and Kaiden return after a few weeks with supplies for the village, only to find everyone dead and the village on fire. It turns out that one of Kaiden's crew betrayed them all and ratted Ahsoka out to the sixth brother, an Inquisitor for the Galactic Empire. Ahsoka goes to combat the Inquisitor and tells Kaiden to remain hidden away. Thankfully, Ahsoka managed to overpower the Inquisitor and make his lightsabers explode, thus killing him in the process. Sadly, we do not see Ahsoka's white lightsabers or a purification of the crystals in the Inquisitor's saber. That seems left open for viewers to connect the dots. Maybe that scene's added in later. Again, the series is still a work in progress and only select scenes have been leaked via the source. Thankfully, at the end of this episode, Bail Organa arrives and saves Ahsoka Tano, Kaiden, and some other civilians from a village. Organa welcomes them to the first recruits of the rebellion, and the episode ends there. Some thoughts. Currently, the identity of the Inquisitor who attacked Ahsoka is not fully known. The leaker presumes it could be the sixth brother due to how it's currently handled in Star Wars canon. When the episode airs, we'll know more. Many of the scenes mentioned with Ahsoka here also align with that has been said in the leaked Tales of the Jedi trailer. An example is the funeral scene and Bail Organa appearing in different locations. The inclusion of Kaiden is an interesting choice, as it does appear they might be retconning elements of the Ahsoka novel. Something to keep in mind. We'll know more about the retcon and other details once we approach the series airing, which is hopefully this year, I don't know. The first episode of Tales of the Jedi revolves around Ahsoka Tano's origins. It covers her early life and her mother. Oh, did you also know that Ahsoka Tano's mother, Parvati, will be voiced by actress Jania Gavankar? She's been in Star Wars media before, notably as the main character of Star Wars Battlefront 2, Iden Versio. Fantastic to see her back again. Episode 1 sees Ahsoka taken on her first hunt by her mother, which goes wrong when a large wolf creature comes out of the woods and steals Ahsoka. Large wolf creature. You can tell Dave Filoni created this, given his obsession with wolves and putting them into Star Wars. You gotta love it though. Anyway, Ahsoka is taken to a cave by the wolf, but using the Force, she tames the creature and rides it back to her town, with a tribe elder informs the mother that Ahsoka is a Jedi. This part is seen in the leaked Tales of the Jedi trailer that has been circulating the internet. If you managed to find it, by the way, let us know in the comments. We just want to know if you've watched it. Let us know what you think. According to the leaks, this initial episode is much shorter than the others. Perhaps as the first two episodes used to establish the character of Ahsoka Tano and then lead into the third episode, which we spoke about initially. Speaking about the second episode, here's what we know so far. It revolves around the Tales of the Jedi and Anakin training Ahsoka. Specifically, he wants her to learn a certain move and forces the clone troopers to stun her repeatedly. According to the leaks, the training session lasts for years, and we see a little time jump. Ahsoka is also gifted a second lightsaber as a reward for learning the Jedi move. This would actually fill in some missing details on how Ahsoka got her third lightsaber. This occurred in the third season of the Clone Wars. Ahsoka does learn the move that Anakin has been teaching her, and shows off her skills to the Jedi Council. The council scene includes some younglings, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Plo Koon, and most of the Jedi Council we know. Also, Jedi Master Depa Billaba is present along with her Jedi Padawan, Caleb Dume. We know Caleb Dume as Jedi Knight Kanan Jarrus. The episode has a time jump occur which takes us right up to Order 66. Oh yes, get the emotions ready. The following scenes are set from the Clone Wars' point of view of Order 66. Season 7, Episode 12, right after Ahsoka and Captain Rex approach the clone troopers. It's an extended scene and around 3 minutes long. According to the leaks, it seems the sequence is about Ahsoka using the Jedi move that Anakin spent all that time teaching her. It would appear the point of this episode is to show that Anakin taught the special move to Ahsoka and thus help her survive Order 66. Ironic when you think about it. Captain Rex and Ahsoka also have a conversation at one point around this scene. It's seemingly around the start of the sequence, but not the same as the one from the actual Clone Wars episode. That's all the information we have on the second episode of the series so far. It is a bit limited, I know. We've got more leaks to cover on Tales of the Jedi, such as Count Dooku and Mace Windu and what they're getting up to. Tune into our next video to talk more about that later next week. For now, we've likely got more time until Tales of the Jedi is on our screens. So far, it is scheduled to air in late 2022. Andor, the next upcoming live-action Star Wars series, has already been delayed into September from August. Luckily, animation exists in a separate realm from live-action storytelling, so hopefully the schedule changes will not affect release of Tales of the Jedi or the second season of The Bad Batch. Okay, Exalted Ones, that's it from me, but what do you think about the Tales of the Jedi leaks? you think they're accurate or not? Also, have you seen the trailer? Be honest, come on. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Star Wars Now. You can also follow us on social media as well, but please let us know what you think in the video comment section below. Because if you're talking about Star Wars, then of course we want to hear about it. For now, I've been Captain Jack, many thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.